Hi everyone, Linda Heldman for Canadian Beats. I have with me on the phone today Jade Mya, who is a Canadian pop country singer. Welcome, Jade.
Well, hello there.
How are you doing on this lovely sunny day?
You know what? Things are going great.
That's
Toronto doesn't have the best, the worst weather because it's always so mild, So I feel like spring came a little earlier, which is always lovely.
it's nice. I am up in Sudbury and the past few days have been cold and rain and snow and freezing rain and all that stuff, but today's nice. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice. I hope we're finally done with the bad weather.
Yeah, up north you can't. It's so unpredictable. I mean, you get snow for longer.
Well, there's still remnants of it around. I'm hoping that it won't be too long before it's just gone.
Yeah, yep.
So, you've had a really interesting career. There's music isn't your only focus. You also are an in-demand model and a popular fitness personality. You have hundreds of thousands of followers throughout your social media. I know I was researching last night. You have 133,000 Instagram followers, um,
Got it.
approximately 10,000 Twitter followers, and 26,000 plus Facebook followers.
That's right. Yeah, over the years they kind of just gather in. I guess I don't know why I'm pretty much a boring person besides my job. I don't know why they're following me.
Well,
I'm just joking.
I think it's because you're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, you are so beautiful. I'm envious of your beauty.
Oh, thank you for the kindness. Well, don't take me swimming on a first date. I'll tell you that much. It'll
um,
just melt away.
I one part of your bio that interested me, it says Mya is anything but traditional country, channeling the unique fire and rebellion of Johnny Cash and the power and seductive confidence of Dolly Parton. Jade has crafted a persona that is all her own. That is an interesting mix. Do you want to talk about that
Yeah,
a little more?
yeah, for sure. I mean, till this day, I follow Dolly's career. I mean, she finally came over to Canada, and unfortunately, I did not get to see her. Her entire career she's spent traveling and touring everywhere else but Canada, but she finally comes here, and it's her and Shania had the most interesting careers starting up in the industry. I mean, a lot of the ladies starting up in this industry had the similar outcome that I had when I was coming in the industry. As soon as people saw me, they're like, "Oh, she's really provocative. She's very sexy for country music. It's a very conservative genre of music."
Mm-hmm.
And Dolly was just always so empowering. She was always so strong and stuck to her own, just like Johnny Cash, who was an outlaw. And I just feel like I can relate to those artists and listen to their music and be like, gosh, this is like my other personality right here. It feels so great to hear that other people have gone through this walk, this line that I had to walk, and just came out with flourishing and sticking to their guns and being themselves and just being remembered as these legends in the industry. And it's just so wonderful to be able to have these icons, in this generation I've been alive in to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why I say that I can channel these two. They're a part of me. It's just like, this is me. And other people have done it, and if they can do it, then I can do it too.
Great. Great. Well, they're definitely unique individuals with their own sense of style, personality, and I can see that about you as well. So it's a good combination. Do you,
Yeah, 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 exactly. And I mean, till this day, Dolly's still crushing it. I forget how old she is now, and God rest Johnny Cash's soul. I mean, we lost him just a few years ago.
mm-hmm,
But Dolly's still touring, and she's not giving up, and she's making movies, and she's just doing more than ever.
mm-hmm,
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful to look up to that and have that merit. Because in this industry, you think that you have just a huge circle around you, but it's actually like a very small circle because you're always gone and you're always touring and you're always busy, and then it kind of really makes you realize who sticks around, because when you're always gone, people usually want to stick around when you're always gone. So that circle becomes a little smaller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice to look up to those people. I pretty much channel their energy, but I'm saying here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, do you have
Yeah.
any Canadian artists that have influenced you? Oh, well, you did
Shania
mention
Twain is a Canadian
Shania.
artist. Come on.
Yep. The
Shania
first.
Twain. She's my Canadian artist. She's just so sexy, and I mean, till this day, she's just beautiful. She's got it going on, and she's singing, and she had taken this huge break from her career for the longest time, and she just came back in. She's like, I'm not sure if I can still sing, she's wondering, and then she just won the Woman of, gosh, what was it called, that award that she won? It was called, like, Woman of the Generations Award, like, for just being so accomplished, and she's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is a lot of the artists making the much noise in the world just outside of country music and pop, they're from Canada. So it's also really cool. Like, you think of Drake, or you think of The Weeknd, or you think of Shania Twain. These people are all from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Well, I've just coming back from the Juno Awards, and it was so cool to see the young blood that's out there, Alessia Cara and Shawn Mendes. And they've got this energy about them that is just so positive, and you can't help but be influenced by that.
Yeah. What's funny is Canadian artists, so humble, so kind. I went to LA to record my next album, and people could spot a Canadian from a mile away. It was amazing. They're just like, you're from Canada. You're from Canada. I was like, yeah, how'd you know? And you're like, oh, you're just so welcoming. Your audience is so welcoming, and it's kind. And I was like, it's very nice of you guys to say. And I was like, are people from LA not like that? They're like, no, we lock our door at night. I'm pretty sure Canadians don't. I was like, well, we lock our door, but I wouldn't be afraid if I left my door unlocked one day.
Oh, that's nice to know how we're perceived outside of our country, and it's really nice that people do recognize us as being the polite people, the friendly people, and it's nice. It's nice.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, to be an artist from Canada, it's, when you think of Canada, you don't think of big leagues. Like, you don't think of something like Hollywood, where all the movies come from. When you think of Canada, people think maple syrup and igloos. You don't think
and
Alessia Cara and Shania Twain and Drake. It's not what we're known for. But at the end of the day, this is where we came from, and Canadians can make it too.
Exactly. And speaking of making it, you released last year your first EP called Heartbreak Country, and that was primarily cover songs, was it not?
You got it. Yeah, it was my first album EP being released, and my first instinct is, don't do all original songs that people don't know. Maybe do popular songs from something popular so that people can get to know you. So, I mean, at the time, I was a huge, massive fan of Nashville, the TV show.
Mm-hmm, me too.
And such a big fan that I flew to Nashville, recorded my album in Nashville, went to the Heartbreak Country music, watched the Nashville show, watched the real actors from the show perform their songs. Like, I was just so diehard about the music writers and meeting the writers. And I could relate to some of the characters on the show. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take some of these songs. I'm going to contact their group. I'm going to make sure it's okay for me to release these songs in Canada. And I mean, then there kind of starts my story. I released Lives of the Lonely, which ended up getting almost 220,000 spins its first week, and it was my best single. It was my first single, and I released it to country radio, and it did really well. And that was from the hit show on Nashville, and I did a cover of it.
Fantastic! That is really good.
Yeah.
And I've watched that on YouTube, and it's really a nice version of that song. Really, really nice.
Oh, did you watch the acoustic version or the high production version?
The high production one with the band behind you.
Oh, that's actually the acoustic version.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the acoustic version. And then I did a full production version, which I did in the studio with Douglas Romano. So that it was, because that version I couldn't release the radio. I did the actual production that was like the original one from Nashville, but then got my band to play it, and we did like a full-on production of it so that it was CD worthy to release to radio.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you are currently working on a full album right now, right?
Yeah. There's going to be 10 songs, all original. Some I wrote, some with other amazing writers, and it's definitely it's going to be my biggest career breaker. I mean, we have an amazing label that's helping us with the distribution. It's Caroline Universal, a division of Universal Music, and we got this international, worldwide distribution deal. And it's just going to be amazing because now fans can have access to the music a lot easier, and I'm excited to see what people think of all this original music. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be mind-blowing. It's, I'm a little scared, I'm a little nervous, releasing some 10 original tracks and kind of just putting that all out there, but I think it's going to be the best thing ever.
And you're taking your time with this till you know it's exactly the way you want it to be.
Oh, 100%. I still have 3 more tracks to record on the album. Besides, like, the details of the songs and whatnot, can't really say because it's still unreleased. But, I mean, my manager, Pierre, got involved, and I went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs and songwriters, and we found the best original songs, and it's going to be really exciting. I haven't thought of a name for the album yet or the first single, but we are going to be releasing a first single in the next 3 weeks, which is really cool.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, first week of May or second week of May, the first single will be out, and I'll be back on tour, on a radio tour, visiting country radio and pop radio, and it's going to be really cool. And then hopefully in June, releasing another music video, which will be a lot of fun because those are always fun. I get to do crazy stuff that you can't do in real life, like set things on fire or beat up a guy. Well, for real,
At least with videos, you can be creative and you can bring things in that you would never do in real life.
Exactly. So Come on, Taylor Swift does it all the time. She duct tapes guys. She does crazy stuff. She beats them up. Carrie Underwood bashes her cheating ex's car with a baseball bat. The fun stuff. The things that you don't get put in jail for because it's a music video.
That's right. That's right.
So it's okay, So I'm excited. I'm excited to see which of the songs that we did is going to be a single because I'll know how exciting this music video is going to be.
And your producer for this is Justin Gray, who
you got it.
has his list of people he has worked with is just phenomenal. Like Mariah Carey, just wow. Amy Winehouse, John Legend. You can't work with better people. So
yeah, I mean, come on. You had people like Amy Winehouse, somebody who really left the mark on this earth before, unfortunately leaving us. It's amazing. And then there's also Miley Cyrus back in her Hannah Montana days, and Hilary Duff, and just like a list of amazing artists. And I feel like he's going to bring out the best version of myself in this album. And to cross over into the pop world also, right? He's a huge pop influencer as a producer. So I'm excited. I haven't heard anything yet, so it's a surprise to both of us. So I've just, cut most of the vocals, but I have complete trust in him.
That's great. That's great. So do you have any dates set up for this summer with festival season and stuff like that?
Actually, I will be releasing dates by the end of this month for festivals on jademya.com about where I'm going to be this summer. And by September, I'm planning on being an opener for a tour that's going to be doing their Canadian leg of the tour.
Ooh.
So that will be released in the middle of the summer. As to which tour that's going to be, it's no surprise. And it's still being put into production. But my amazing manager, Pierre Parati, who signed to my team a few months ago, is kind of taking hold of all of that stuff. And it'll be my first tour, my official big, stadium tour. I haven't done one of those yet, so I'm excited. It'll be a lot of fun.
That will be. That will be. I just can't imagine. I've been on stage to maybe about 300-400 people, but never thousands of people. I think it'd be a
Oh
little
gosh.
intimidating.
Yeah, the rush you feel from that is pretty amazing. I mean, I've never felt something so amazing in my life. It really makes all of the hard work we put into it just so worth it. The courage, but the adrenaline you feel from people who even know your songs and sing the songs with you, and the power you get from it, and it's an indescribable feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world, being on stage and connecting with the fans and feeling a connection with them, and knowing that they connect with the music.
Mm-hmm.
And because I mean, that's what it is. Music is it's almost like a therapy. People connect to the music. It's just they hear a song, and sometimes it helps them get through things, and that's a beautiful thing that we can connect like that.
It is. Actually, I was listening to a live broadcast last night, and there was chatter going back and forth, and I made that comment. I said, music is therapy. It's totally therapy. It's just it picks you up, it levels you out, it releases those good endorphins that just make you feel so good. It's such a wonderful, wonderful drug. It's just exactly what it is. It's great.
Music's gotten me through some hard times, that's for sure. And I mean, even writing some music is a hard time, because you bring out a lot of stories and music that sometimes people don't know are real. Like Lives of the Lonely. I chose Lives of the Lonely as a single because it brought out something in me that was real, that I connected with. Telling people you're okay after a breakup, but not actually being okay, but you kind of have to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got stuff to do. You got to pick yourself up, dust off your boots, and get back to it. So kind of the statement of the song, the lives of the lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm sure guys and girls went through it, and I'm thinking that's why people just love the song. It didn't get as much coverage of the song on the show, but for some reason when it came out through me, people were just like, oh, it's a great song.
It is.
So.
Absolutely. I hate to wrap this up. I have a feeling we could talk for an hour for all the things
Probably.
that I'd love to ask you. I'd like to ask you one last question before we go.
Sure.
Do you have a favorite fan experience? Somebody who has met you as a fan that touched you in a very special way?
You know what? Actually, I think my favorite fan experience would have to be the one that I had a few weeks ago. I was going to Beach by my place, and I ran into somebody who followed me from the road, and I wasn't sure if they were following me or not, but they were honking, and I thought I was doing something wrong. I was like, oh, my indicator was on or something. And they're honking, I guess, and my windows are tinted too, so it was kind of funny how they knew I was in the car, but they followed me to the grocery store. But they were going to the grocery store too. They did their groceries. They walked up to me. They're like, I cannot believe Jade Mya doing groceries for herself. I was like, well, I like cooking, so I do groceries. And I thought I thought you were like in LA or you were somewhere else. I just cannot believe I was just so stuck to see that you're in a grocery store. I'm like, well, I'm just an average person who does cooking, and he started to cry a little. I was like, why are you crying? And I gave him a hug, and he's like, I just can't believe how normal you are in person. And I guess people develop or create this persona of people based on like what they see. They're going to be a completely different person in person, but I love that connection I felt with that fan at the time, and I think that was an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Great.
Yeah, it almost brought me to tears. So I was like, oh, just a normal person getting some kale for dinner tonight. And it's just, it's beautiful. I love meeting fans.
That's great.
They're the reason I love. So.
I love Jason McCoy's comment from the Roadhammers. He says, if you people weren't here, we'd just be having a rehearsal. So you need the fans for that interaction.
Yeah. That's a nice statement. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Jade, thank you so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it. And I do hope that I can meet you somewhere down the road at a festival over this summer or at one of the events that we may be attending together.
100,000,000%. We'll definitely see each other. It's a small world, this music industry, when you think about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm always at events like the CMAOs and the CCMAs, so hopefully you're out at one of those and we can
Amazing.
we can
Well,
catch
thank
up.
you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. It was so
Thank,
much fun.
thank you so much, Jade. We've been speaking with Jade Mya. Check her out on all her social media, which we will post. And I'm Linda Helpman for Canadian Beats.